Back to the booth officially this time. Marshall Sutcliffe with Kenji Egashira, and we've got Time Walk Magic lined up for you here for this this round here in DC. Let's take a look at what we've got. We've got Martin Dang, Christopher Larson, and Thomas Enevoldsen down in the feature match area, battling it out at 9-2 against Adam and Case Kiyonaga, as well as Richard Neal.
Yeah, Seattle locals. Case actually just took a job with Wizards recently.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's in that sweet spot, though, where he can still play in a few of the events.
Until he starts.
Yep.
That is nice. Yeah, you do see these gentlemen out and about in the Seattle area. Wow.
2 Slimefoot.
Hey, we had this discussion yesterday, didn't we?
How many would you play?
Yeah, well, we know the answer is 2, although one of them's going to get chilled out here. Turn up the AC on Slimefoot number 2. Also, Richard correctly waiting to play the foil one next because it makes foil tokens. But now he's not going to get to do any of it. But he is going to get to kick Grow from the Ashes. Let's see if he's splashing or just using it as a ramp spell. Oh, yeah. We know that island was coming, didn't we, Kenji?
But you didn't see what it was splashing for.
No.
No, normally, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Tatio is your go-to.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Muldrotha.
Bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Bingo, buddy.
Nailed it. Love that card.
Muldrotha, quite powerful. Only allows you to play permanents, though. So you can't cast, like, Grow from the Ashes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Currently for Richard, can't cast nothing. But
hey, what? Oh.
Hey! Oh, Syncopate. All right. So Thomas Enevoldsen did need that, though. That was the kind of card that can really run away with the game if left unchecked.
Wow.
So a clutch play there from Enevoldsen using Syncopate, but he's kind of just hanging on with Valduk.
Yeah, notably, so Richard actually had the land in hand, and he was waiting to play it after the Tatyova resolved. But because he didn't, he was able to get syncopated for exactly enough.
Interesting. By the way, Enevoldsen had passed the turn back, but he did have a play, Raf Capuchin, on end step, and no play from Richard.
Yeah, Neil has 2 Eviscerates in his hand, so I don't think he's too worried, considering he's still at 20 life. But
Divination to keep things rolling forward here for Enevoldsen. Make sure he hits those land drops. Passes the turn back.
Is that another Territorial Allosaurus?
It is. That
Holy
totally is.
Moly.
Now, can he kick it and play around Syncopate here? He can.
I think he can, yeah.
He can. It's 7 mana. And he's going to do exactly that. Knock Raf Capuchin out of the sky with that dinosaur
somehow.
Tail. And, yeah. It has really little arms, so it's kind of – anyway. And, boom, 5/5 on the battlefield as well for Richard. So things looking very good.
Yeah, this is just one of the better rares in the format. We've seen it time and time again these last few days. It's just so good. Wow, Thomas nothing but legendary creatures over there. Wrath, Tiana, Valduk. But Neil, again, just 2 Eviscerates in his hand. Skittering Surveyor as well. He is in prime position here.
I love this deck.
Very good,
We've seen this deck, by the way, time and time again.
Oh, yeah.
Green-black based, splash blue, sometimes splash red, with some number of Grow from the Ashes, Skittering Surveyors to help fix the mana. And then they get all the Tatyovas and Slime Feed, and this is right where I want to be.
Yeah, the card quality here is just so high for Richard. Like, look at the card. 2 Slimefoot, Tatyova, Territorial Allosaurus,
and
Grow from the Ashes, Eviscerate, another Eviscerate in hand. Like, things are going well for him here.
Somehow Skittering Surveyor's the worst card that he's cast this game, and it's just excellent. Speaking of.
Now, Thomas does still have a full grip of cards. He was stumbling on lands there for a little while, so it's now going to be on Richard, who, again, still has that second Eviscerate in hand, but it's not too hard to imagine that Thomas just plays, threat into threat, and then Richard is kind of on the back foot unless he can draw something nice.
Valduk hasn't done anything kind of non-bowing right now with the deep freeze.
Sure.
By the way, we see this once again, that the players are just kind of going to combat, yet with a card like Merfolk Trickster in the format, definitely better to say, I'd like to go to combat and kind of put your opponent to the test. Now let them know what you might be planning on doing ahead of time.
Small things, but can give tells for sure. That was a good draw for Richard there, who found another Baloth Gorge, another fat creature.
Oh, there's some beef on the battlefield. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But a nice one here for Enevoldsen as well. He kicks a Drake.
Yeah. So the other option here was for Richard to eviscerate the Drake just to make double blocks not so relevant. Looks like he's going to hold off, though, and just go for the aggressive. Oh, he found a third eviscerate.
Is this real?
Wow. Well, now I'm really surprised that he just didn't cast that pre-combat.
I am, too. Yeah, that was a risky play. He could have given up the Allosaurus there.
And in trade for a 4/4, right?
Yeah, now it's desperation time for Enevoldsen, attacking with both creatures, neither of which can actually get through the 0/4 on their own. I mean, Richard likely just takes 2 damage here and says, sure, I'm at 15 now. You did it. Here's another deep freeze to freeze.
Oh.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay.
Wind chill is getting a little low here in the room as we now see triple deep freeze on all 3 of Richard Neal's actual threats.
And he doesn't actually have anything else to follow up.
No, but that being said, Enevoldsen doesn't have anything going on either, so we're going to stare at each other for a few turns. You got to like Richard Neal's side of the battlefield here. Just in a top deck war, you got to figure that he's able to find more powerful stuff. And Enevoldsen's flooding out hard now, too.
He is playing out his lands, though, which could tell of a fight with fire, because normally you would want to hold on to some number of extra lands if you have this many, just to play around like a Caligo Skin Witch.
Right. Enevoldsen's going to go ahead and trade off. Can he find a non-land card? Just the once for Thomas.
Wait, I think Muldrotha might actually be in Richard's hand.
Really?
No, Vicious Offering, Eviscerate.
Because I would cast it.
Well, he might be trying to play around another counter or something.
Yeah, that's a tough sell. But, yeah, it could be. Sapperling Migration looks fine here.
No, pretty good. He's just going to start attacking with all of his creatures.
Right? Yeah. Valduk will block something, but no, Richard's going to sit back.
Wow.
He could have won the game in 2 turns.
I'm very surprised.
Maybe 3 turns, but
maybe
not anymore.
Maybe he knows his late game is so good, but I would have just used Vicious Offering there and then attacked in for 6.
I agree with you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty darn good here, too.
Against triple deep freeze.
Lord. Not to mention 5 Sapperlings.
Thallid Soothsayer is going to just make mincemeat of this board and refill Richard's hand.
Okay, Zahid's a good start, but again, a third Eviscerate we know that Richard has already.
Yeah, he's going to have to use it here as well because even one hit from Zahid is not something that he's interested in taking, given what you talked about earlier, fight with fire potential. And Enevoldsen has plenty of mana to kick it too, so he is going to need to take care of Zahid at the earliest opportunity. Though the good news for Richard is that that's usually obvious. I mean, Zahid is a massive threat that you will kill basically on sight whenever you can. Oh, Muldrotha in hand. Yeah, this one could be over. If he resolves an Eviscerate here and sticks Muldrotha, we're going to see game over.
Yeah, I think you have to start with the Eviscerate on the Zahid before doing anything else.
Definitely. Don't want to get anything bad happening to this Eviscerate. Oh, but look at this, a rescue to save Zahid.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that honestly is probably enough time that Richard will just take over this game now, as it's going to be 2 turns before that Zahid would be able to attack.
Yeah, now I actually do start thinking about what you were talking about earlier, though.
Again, not casting out the Muldrotha.
Why didn't he cast it?
When presumably he knows there's no counter, otherwise he would have just used the counter instead of the rescue.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Richard playing very passively here.
Super passively, and he could get really punished here because you know what doesn't kill Zahid? Vicious Offering.
Right.
Does he have 2 of them? 2 of them does kill Zahid. Not the way you want to do it. Here's Muldrotha now.
Okay.
Kaboom. Resolves.
I think his thinking here is that he's going to get the value immediately by casting something out of the graveyard. But I think, man.
Oh, this is risky business.
You really wanted that 6/6 last turn.
Yeah, because Slimefoot is not what. I mean, sure, Slimefoot will win the game at some point, but not really now, right?
I think it's very good here now because of the Soothsayer plus the 5 Saplings already.
Does he have mana? Oh, he has 2 elves.
Correct, and he cast those the previous turn.
I mean, look, I'm talking about, like, I'm worried right now that he goes attack you to 10, kill you.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the one sequence that if I'm Richard that I'm trying to avoid.
But now you can go to 16.
Yeah, now he can do it because of the Llanowar elves.
Right.
So, okay. Boy, playing with fight with fire, but I think he's going to escape it here. I don't think Enevoldsen has it anyway. We're just talking a little bit more.
But these are things to think about, especially if you're in Richard's seat, you know?
Yeah, but since we're in our seat, we actually get to look, so I'm going to do that. Let's see. What am I looking for? Fight with fire? No, sir. Doesn't even have one.
All right.
So Richard Neal Doesn't know that and maybe a little nervous about it, but boy, he's got a value engine like you've never seen. He's going to start revving that thing up.
Richard, you just got to go for the kill, man.
Yeah, it's definitely time to shut the door on this game. No more playing with your food.
Like those 5 saplings would have been, or could have been, attacking in for quite some time now.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to get those things sideways. Richard, do it. Thank you. Okay, there we go.
Settle the wreckage. Well, this is still very lethal because he has the Soothsayer.
There's a Shivan Fire to take out.
All right, that'll take us like 5, 6,
Slimefoot.
7, 8.
Can he
No.
make a thing and then sack a thing and kill him still?
No.
Not enough mana. Well, I still think Richard's going to win this game, but a little closer than it needed to be, perhaps.
Absolutely.
So he's going to knock him down to 2 here. Say go.
I mean,
Anna Voltson has no draws possible and just says, look, I've got a couple of lands in my hand. To be fair, ooh, look at the bottom card of his library.
Siege King. I don't think that would have been enough. He didn't have
Not
enough
quite,
mana.
but
Yeah.
that's the kind of card that, in that window.
Would have gotten Richard punished.
Yeah, where
For
he
sure.
really could have punished Richard with that. But Richard does end up assembling the value engine and getting the job done. And we're going to go to sideboards here on our time walk match. If you look at the top of your screen, you'll see that Martin Dang and Christopher Larson both won their first game. So even though Anna Voltson lost this one, his team's still in good shape.
Right. Oh, boy. That is a board.
So
shall I?
Where shall I? Where? Oh, at the bottom. Oh, my goodness sakes.
Wow, Martin's deck looks very good right now.
Yeah, I think that Martin's a heavy favorite to be up here because he also has a Shalai activation at the ready. With 8 oh, that's not going to work.
Well, it will because the Pegasus Courser will still deal the last
Sure.
point of damage to finish it off.
It's true, but that's a tough sell. Martin can just activate Shalai, kill the Courser, get counters on everything.
Yeah, so what Adam could have done is just let the damage resolve, which would have preserved his 2/2 as well.
Indeed. Oh, but how about Adamant Will instead? It's a little less mana efficient if you're sitting in Martin's seat, but oh boy, he gets to keep Shalai around.
Well, and now just one activation is probably just going to wrap this up.
Yeah, he's also ahead in the race currently. Yeah, and it looks like Martin's going to be patient. This way
Sure.
he can go end step activate, main phase activate, and make it so that it's basically impossible for Adam to have any action here. Really tough spot for Adam.
Okay, that's not a bad start.
Yeah, he did actually find an answer for Shalai. There's going to be a response, and he's still facing down an absurd board now.
Yes.
But like you said, this is one of the few ways that we could actually see him getting out of this, though. Still don't think it's going to work. Wow, Martin ran us right out of dice.
I mean, Adam's creatures do trade away for the most part. Pegasus Courser still blocks Pegasus Courser. 2/4 on 1/3 is fine.
Okay. Oh, cancel that order.
We use the purples to denote -1/-1.
That's right. But BJ was at the ready.
Pierce
Ooh,
the Sky.
Pierce the Sky to kill a flyer. Now, this attack has to still be good, though.
Yeah, this
right?
forces at least 5 damage in the air if he wants to jump the 3/3 Sapherd.
He decided to jump the, what is that, a night token?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, just vigilance. He can survive, though, right?
I think he
I
can.
think so, too.
He has 4 blockers, or 5 blockers. So, yeah, he can survive. It's just
Yeah,
the board is still going to favor Martin by a large amount.
that's right. And a lot of these creatures are going to get either killed or traded off in combat. So, tough spot here for Adam Kianaga. Block, 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 block.
And a chump. So trade. Chump, take 5 is what it looks like.
Yeah, he's ended up trading all of those tokens and the Benalish Honor Guard for 1/1 Saprolings that are now 2/2s. Tough spot.
What else happened this game? Looks like a fungal infection ate a Knight of New Benalia on turn 2. Danitha ate a Vicious Offering earlier in the game, just from graveyard sequencing.
Those are both very good answers for those cards.
Yeah. It's like reading the rings on a tree, you know?
It is.
And trees have something to do with saplings, which Martin has a lot of.
These are the days of our lives.
These are the days of our lives, Marshall.
Adam clearly consulting with his teammate here to see how he wants to do this. But yes, those are the blocks, in fact. So he's going to drop down to 4. And now it's Teshar, too.
Oh.
Goodness sakes. Yeah, this is going to be really tough for Adam. He's got a Sarah Angel, one of the best plays, but I think he's just facing lethal here.
Just dead on board.
Yep. Dobbs, as we say in the business, that is 2-0 going to Martin Dang, putting his team up a match. So Christopher Larson can finish off Case Kianaga and give the match to this European power team. Or Anna Voltson can win back-to-back games. Otherwise, looks like we're going to cut it a little short here because we're actually going to be going to the next round of live action. Apparently they completed the comeback.
They did.
He said the team on the right wins.
Whoa.
That was the double Kianaga and Neil team actually picking up that win. That is a very impressive victory
so
there.
That means Rich won his second or third game perhaps, and then Case won the next 2.
Yes, he won back-to-back. Wow, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, though, we'll have more live action here from DC. We'll see you in just a bit.